Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do my June wrap-up. Like I said in my other video, I had a little technical difficulties with my computer, so everything's a little late this month. So here are the books that I read in June. So there's about 10 books, so not too bad. I listened to a lot of them on audio. I don't know, I just think I'm in an audio phase where sitting down with a book is I get distracted. So the first 6 are the first 6 books are audio, and then the rest are ones I read. So the first 2 books that I read in audio are the first one is Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benny, and this is a story about 2 kids who grow up together, and Emmy and Oliver, and they're good friends, and one day Oliver's dad kidnaps him. So for about 10 years, Emmy doesn't know what happened to her childhood friend. And then after 10 years, something happens, he comes back, they find him, and it's just the story of them being able to get that friendship again and kind of coming back into to the life that they had before. So it was good. It was sad at points, but yeah, if you like contemporary reads, you'll like this one. Has a bit of everything. Has a bit of drama, a bit of romance, a bit of criminal investigation. So Robin Bentley's Emmy and Oliver. So this one was a good one. The second one I read, or I listened to on audio read, is Shannon Hale's End Up Burning. So it's book 2 in the Book of Bayron series. So this is a kind of a fantasy series. The first one I listened to a while ago was The Goose Girl, and this is it has fairy tale feels. This is a story about a girl named Enna, and she finds out that she has magic power to make things burn. And she uses it to help her side of her kingdom, like, win wars. And then she gets captured, and just what happens then, and then just a lot of things of, childhood friends trying to help her. So, I did not like it as much as I liked The Goose Girl, so the first book in the series, but it was still pretty entertaining. So, yeah, End Up Burning by Shannon Hale. Another middle grade book that I read, or listened to on audio, was the second book in the School for Good and Evil, A Book Without Princes, by Simon Chaney. And this is the story of 2 girls, Agatha and, what's the other girl's name? I like Agatha, so that's why I remember Agatha more. What's her name? Sophie. So Agatha and Sophie, and, at the end of the last book, they make a wish to go back home, and that it'll save their friendship, and the 2 girls' friends could be together. But then Agatha starts feeling that there's something missing. That if they're in fairy tales, they need, there's just something that she kind of wants a prince. And they go back to the fairy tale magic kingdoms, and they find out that because they went back to our world as friends, the whole fairy tale magic kingdom has changed, and it's now boys versus girls, because they're like, how could the girls do this? So it was pretty interesting, pretty fun. I want to see how the series ends, but I always like fairy tales and magical stuff, so I thought it was fun. I think there's 4 books in this series, so this is book 2. I liked it. It was pretty entertaining. I like listening to audiobooks like doing stuff around the house. So yeah, that's how I got this one. Another one I listened to on audio was The Rose and the Dagger, the third book, the second book by Renee Ahdieh. The first one was kind of a retelling of 1,001 Nights, and this kind of goes what happened next. So it was really good. I really like the characters of Scheherazade and Khalid, and I like the way Renee Ahdieh writes. I was able to meet her and get her to sign the duology, so that was pretty fun. So I read this one. The first one was kind of the retelling of 1,001 Nights, and this kind of tells what happens next and with the kingdoms and stuff like that. The last one I did on audio was We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. This is the third book in her We'll Always Have Summer series, and it's about a girl named Belly, and there's these two boys that she's grown up with, and she's kind of fallen in love with both through the first two books, and this is kind of the story of the conclusion of who she ends up with and the consequences of like who she chooses. I really like how Jenny Han writes, so these are like, if you liked To All the Boys I Met Before, To All the Boys I Loved Before series, then you will definitely like this one. One of her books is becoming a movie on Netflix next month, and I'm really excited about that. So that's why I wanted to finish this series, so I can at least have read a lot of her books. This is a fun contemporary series that I really liked. So, We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. The next book I read was a graphic novel. This is Jane, and it's a retelling of Jane Eyre. And it takes a little liberties with the original story, but still, I thought it was pretty good. I kind of liked how it starts in black and white, just like how sad her childhood was. And then it starts getting a little bit of color, and then a little bit more color. And then the story goes, here she's taking care of Adele, talking to Mr. Rochester. So it's set in modern times. I thought it was pretty good. The ending, the liberties they took were a little like, okay, wish they didn't do that, but still really entertaining, and I'm glad I got it, because I like graphic novels, and this is a really pretty edition. Another book I read was Royals by Rachel Hawkins. I love reading about royals, and this one was a really fun one. It's about a girl named Daisy. Her sister's getting married to the Crown Prince of Scotland. So she's getting pulled into the world of the royals, and know what not to do, what to do, how to dress, what to say, and what happens there. It was really cute and fluffy. If you're looking for a fun summer read, I would definitely say this one. I read it right after the royal wedding, so I was like, oh, this is perfect. So, so the Royals. Another book I read was from Twinkle with Love by Hannah Manon. This is a story about a girl named Twinkle, and she wants to be a filmmaker. So the book is kind of letters that she writes to her favorite female filmmakers. And it's a great summer read. It's cute. There's romance. There's mistaken identity for twins, and just really funny. If you liked filmmaking, cute romances, you'll like this one. The character Twinkle, I don't know if I liked it as much as I liked Dimple, but it was still really cute. there's her love interest, Sahil, is really funny and really nice. So I really like her characters that she writes. So Sahil Manon. Another book I read, someone was kind enough to send me Bookish Boyfriends. Who wouldn't want to date with Mr. Darcy? So I think this is an arc, but I think it was published by A Date with Mr. Darcy. And this is a girl this is about a girl named Marilee. She's going to a new school, and she's like a hopeless romantic. And all the people at school she starts equating them with characters from books. And so she's like, oh, you're like Romeo, and you're like Juliet, or you're like so-and-so, and you're like Mr. Darcy, you're like Elizabeth. And what happens with that, kind of, some of the storylines are kind of classic stories, but I really enjoyed it, and I want to read the next book in the series, because I think it's going to be like a Bookish Boyfriends series where characters resemble classic book characters. So this one definitely took on, this one was kind of a mashup of Pride and Prejudice and Romeo and Juliet, so I want to see what she mashes up next. So, yeah, so I wasn't quite thrilled that it was Romeo and Juliet, because I don't really like Romeo and Juliet, but how she wrote it and how it was concluded I liked. So, Bookish Boyfriends by Tiffany Schmidt. And the last one was Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. This was a pretty thick book, but it was fairly fast to get through. This is a story of a girl, and she her dad is a politician, and he just is going through this scandal. So all her summer plans are foiled because of that. So she ends up doing this dog walking business for the summer. So this is the story of her and what she does during that summer, how she gets to know her dad, how she gets to know her friends, how she starts opening up to people. So I really liked it. The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. So those were the books that I read in June. Hopefully I will, I'm kind of glad that I was able to have at least 10. So I'm very, hopefully I'll be able to have at least that for July. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this quick video. I kind of breezed through them because there was a lot. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.